Are delinquencies becoming a problem? Let's talk about it on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's up, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what you should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. It's Today in Mortgage. Rich, today we are talking about delinquencies and what that means for housing, or if it means anything at all, because we are looking at a very confusing article today. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Articles like this, though, frustrate me because the way they define things, it's all driven around negativity. Like that's what attracts readers, I guess. I don't know, but this one really got under my skin a little bit.
First of all, the interesting headline was mortgage delinquencies hit a 6-month high in June, but it's not as bad as it looks. That's the article's headline. And like you said, it kind of goes back and forth. But I want to talk about a few things here, Rich. First of all, let's just look at what delinquencies are doing. Are we seeing an uptick in delinquencies right now?
Yeah, delinquencies are up a scotch. I mean, that happens as unemployment rises. And so that part of the article is correct.
And we're seeing some of the reasons for that. And we're also looking at some of the other indicators here, Rich. So we've talked about some of these things on the show before, but debts are rising with people. We're having trouble paying credit cards, that kind of thing. What else is going on out there that's causing people, or that's causing maybe this uptick in some of the mortgage delinquencies that we are seeing?
Real estate taxes,
Mm.
homeowners insurance. I mean, all of these are big factors, right? You've got a great low interest rate. That's fixed. That's not going to change for your principal and interest. But real estate taxes, because of appreciation in home prices and home values, you're starting to see of course, the state saying, hey, you got to pay more tax on that property. You've got now homeowners insurance that's so difficult with all the like we just had in Texas, we just had two very bad storms within 60 days of each other. Both were individual assistance from FEMA, which means a lot of damage was done. The government's only going to cover a piece of that. The homeowners insurance is going to cover the rest. And when that happens and they start to pile up, we're just talking about Houston. If that continues to happen, homeowners insurance rates continue to go up. In fact, in California and Florida, there are several carriers that have completely pulled out of the state.
Yep, we got a hole in our roof here in Houston, and we're dealing with insurance right now. It is not fun, and I know that it's just going to make everything cost more next year, and it already went up this year. So, Rich, yeah, you were showing insurance costs. You're seeing maybe student loan debt payments coming back online. People having to pay those, and credit card bills, and that's just making it really hard for people to kind of hit their monthly number that they need to hit to be able to pay the basics, the very basic, like a
Yeah.
mortgage, right?
Yeah, of course. You remember some of the COVID subsidies, right? They were
Mm.
helping some of the less fortunate people pay cell phone bills. They was covering child care during the day. Those are all now gone. And those are additional expenses coming out of, paychecks. So yes, it is difficult out there. I just want to point out that, nationally, delinquency rates for all mortgages is less than 3%.
Maybe,
Foreclosure rates are down. And obviously, you're not going to allow your home to be foreclosed upon when it's got all of that equity. So that is a big piece of that, and why that foreclosure rate is down. They're just going to sell the property if they get into a position where, they can't afford it anymore. So, it's not as bad as this seems. It's almost like the title says, you can or you can't read it. It's just, like it doesn't make sense. Like they talk about, it's just wording makes a difference. They say delinquencies up 14.5%. From what?
yeah.
From 2.8% total delinquencies, it's up 14 and a half. So it's still under 3%. Like I just hate the misdirection of some of these articles that we cover.
Well, Rich, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, just to talk about, how these articles are written, because these are the things that our customers are going to be seeing in the news. And like you said at the top, being negative in that headline, being intriguing in that headline is going to get those clicks, but some people don't click past the headline and they just see that. And so as we're looking at this, as we're looking at some of the back and forth on the numbers, hey, this is this, but this is this, and they can't really decide what it's all about. How are we talking to people in the marketplace, our customers, about just the general vibes in the housing market?
Yeah, I mean, they can see for themselves. I mean, home prices are not collapsing. There's no big bubble. There's still lots of demand. There's still lots of buyers. If the interest rates were in the mid fives, we'd be crazy busy again. And if the competition would be crazy again. And we're only talking about the mid fives.
That's what we want to remember. These are the things that people may be seeing in the headlines, but you are the professional, and we want to go out there and communicate that well to our buyers, our borrowers, and to be able to kind of fight against some of the mania that you see in the news. And so, talking through that with a level head and being able to communicate well is our job as professionals. And so that's something that we really hold on tightly to here at Network Funding. And Rich, you do a great job of coaching our people through that. If you're interested out there and you're listening about how you can be a part of the best network in mortgage, really up your game as a loan officer or a loan professional, check out the Grow link below. We'll get you all the information you need to know about how to be a part of the best network in mortgages. Rich, this was kind of one of those articles where there's a lot going on. There's a few stats in there. It's good to pay attention to. But before we sign off, I want to give you the opportunity to say anything else you want to say about this and or just the general marketplace right now.
Anytime you read disturbing data in articles, always check sources. Check the motivation behind the source posting. Check different outlets for more information. Check agency information. Those are the sources that are going to have the actual data. Everything else is mainly opinion.
Well, Rich, thanks so much for joining us, making us smart on these things. Thanks so much, everyone out there, for watching, listening, wherever you are. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. Today in Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.